What's up, everybody? What's actually good? I am Rachel West, and I am back with another episode of the Rachel West Experience. Here we are now in 2020, and life has honestly never been crazier. And part of what inspired me to want to restart my YouTube channel was the desire to really just bring some positivity back to the internet, to the world, to all of you guys. And I feel like I have a lot of good to offer, and so therefore, why not? Share the love, share the good. For today's video, I thought that I would share with you guys some of the things that have been helping me get through 2020. Obviously, this has been one of the craziest years alive. It has been such a challenge for me to just stay level-headed, and I like to pride myself, on my patience, on my ability to stay calm, stay cool and collected. But this year has just thrown so many curveballs, and I don't think any of us were ready for the amount of craziness that we have witnessed. I know that it's been a really rough year for a lot of people, so I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that make me happy, some of the things that bring me joy, and some of the things that have made life a little bit more bearable in this incredibly difficult year. One of the first things that I've really been leaning into this year is technology. At the beginning of this year, there was the crazy lockdown and everybody was stuck at home. And honestly, I loved being in lockdown. For me, I felt like I was so productive, felt like there were so many things that I had said I was going to do over time that I just never got to, that I finally got to do in lockdown. I loved being able just to work from home and do the things that I wanted to do and start projects and finish projects. And so technology has made that all the more easier. So a couple things that I have gotten whilst being in lockdown that have made a big difference for me are: one, some real nice wireless headphones. And honestly, you don't need wireless headphones. I mean, let's be real, they're mad expensive, especially if you get a nice pair. But I will tell you one thing, the Bose wireless headphones have made it so easy for me to walk around the house. I can go from room to room. Also, earpods, if you don't have any of those Apple earpods, I know those are also a little bit expensive, and I'm sorry for breaking your wallet. But honestly, being able to be hands-free and just do whatever I'm doing and not having to worry about a cord or being attached to my computer or my device, big up, big come up, highly recommend. Another thing that has been helping me get through are phone stands. So a lot of times I literally sit right over here and I will do my work, I will do my sessions, I will record, I will FaceTime, I will do everything sitting right over here because why? When I face my window, I have the best natural light. And so one of the things that has made my life so much easier are a solid phone stand. It's so crazy to think about, but I will link you guys the phone stands that I have. My mom has actually sent me several of them, but I seriously didn't think I would use a phone stand. When she first was like, do you want me to send you a phone stand? I was like, I'm not going to use it. But a phone stand will make your life so much easier. Why? Because when you're FaceTiming with friends or you're talking to somebody on the phone, doesn't even matter what it is. But again, being able to be hands-free and set that up and just let it do its thing has made a big difference for me. Okay, so if you guys are looking for something to help you out in that realm, this is also another great purchase, something I highly recommend. Another thing that is a funny thing that's been getting me through 2020 is oat milk. I am so obsessed with oat milk now, you guys. I can't even tell you. I don't feel like I've had a glass of regular milk in so long, and I'm not lactose intolerant. I honestly feel like I might have a mild sensitivity to milk, but I was like, let's switch up. Oat milk honestly is, like, to me, the closest best thing to like having actual milk. I put it in my cereal, I put it in my iced coffee, which, ooh, by the way, if you like iced coffee, I highly recommend vanilla flavored oat milk. So bomb in your coffee. Oat milk is the best. I honestly feel like I will probably be drinking oat milk forever now. Another thing that's been getting me through, podcast. I honestly never thought that I would be a podcast person. I remember back before 2020, I've had a few friends that have mentioned their favorite podcasts to me and are like, oh, you should listen to this, you should listen to that. Guess what? I now am an avid podcast listener. I listen almost every day, and I honestly only have two that I've been listening to. Back a little bit ago, I used to listen to Oprah's Super Soul Sundays, so shout out to Oprah because her Super Soul Sundays are really good and I still recommend those. But this year, my podcast of choice have been two things. The first one is called Lady Don't Take Now. It's hosted by Alicia Garza, who I love. She is an amazing activist and also just seems like a really great human, and I feel like we would be friends in real life if we actually knew each other. Alicia, if you ever see this, love your podcast. I think it's amazing. Another podcast that I've been really into lately is called the Shine Online podcast. And this is a podcast that talks all about female entrepreneurship, talks about getting your business started, some of the best online practices you can do for social media, things like that, which I obviously have not been very active on social media lately, but I'm trying to get better. And so trying to, gain some knowledge and some tips and listening to both the host and the different people who are on the show has been really helpful for me, and I really enjoy it. And then to point out, both of the podcasts that I've been listening to are both hosted by amazing Black women. Yes. Another thing that has gotten me through 2020 are my plant babies. As you can see, I have a beautiful plant baby in the back. There's actually two of them. I don't think you see the other one on camera, but I have two plant babies in my room, as well as multiple other baby orchids that are on my shelf. I don't know if y'all have orchids, but apparently you can keep them alive and they will resprout and you will get new orchids over time. So I am experimenting with this. Honestly, it is a miracle that I'm able to even keep plants alive at this point, because my entire young life, I remember my mom and I used to always buy plants and they would always die and we could just never keep them alive. But what's beautiful about plants is it's so nice to just have something green and living around you. I think when everything is just going so crazy, you know, and the world just feels so dark, it's so nice to have a little reminder that life still goes on and things are still growing and things are still moving. I also have some bigger babies in my kitchen that I'm super duper proud of. I'll maybe have to post a picture on my Instagram or something to show you, but I honestly feel like taking care of something is one of the best ways to take your mind off of what's going on. It's so nice to be there for them in the way that you would a small human, I suppose. So I'm here for it. I'm here for all the plant babies. Okay, so another thing that I have been relying heavily on this year are my carbs. I honestly have never been more in love with carbs. I feel like, you know, none of us have to feel ashamed for putting on the quote unquote COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-30. It's been a stressful year, okay? And I know that it's not necessarily the best thing to promote eating your feelings, but I feel like that honestly helps sometimes. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it because I also really just genuinely love food. So French toast, pancakes, pasta, French fries, all of the above, I approve. I say, you know, treat yourself, indulge as much as you want, because ultimately we are all just trying to survive out here, and whatever helps you get through and whatever makes you feel good, please do for yourself. Last but not least, I have to give a solid shout out to streaming platforms because I think all of us would be remiss without them. I love me some Netflix, love me some Hulu. I know some people start their day with meditating or other things like that. I personally will start with an episode of Family Matters on Hulu, which makes me feel so good because who doesn't love a 90s sitcom? Also, as a baby of the 90s, I just feel like it's so nostalgic. It makes me feel so good. Also, it's just nice to see some wholesome family action. Am I right? Steve Urkel. Listen, that kid was a genius. Other things that I'm loving on Hulu and Netflix. I'm a big fan of Michelle Buteau's Welcome to Bootopia on Netflix. I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, but honestly, she is so funny, and I'm like, every comedy special that we can get right now, we all need a good laugh, so I'm a big fan of that. My guilty pleasure has been a show called Unexpected on Hulu. I don't know if y'all are into teen pregnancy. Oh, that sounds really funny when you say that. I am obsessed with following the lives of these families and these young women who are pregnant and teens and are trying to figure out life. I think there's something about watching other people's drama that automatically just makes me feel a little bit better about things. Again, this is 2020. This is one of the hardest years. I just want to tell all of you that if you're having a crap day and you are not feeling it and you are not feeling inspired, you are not feeling happy, you are not feeling like things are going very well, I just want to let you know it's freaking hard, okay? Somebody told me recently this year was not meant to be easy. This was meant to be hard. So just lean into the fact that everyone is going through it in some way, some shape, some form right now. And whatever you have to do to make yourself feel better, besides, you know, going out and being irresponsible by rubbing shoulders with somebody without a mask on, do it. Do it for yourself. You know, take those moments to just watch something that you enjoy. Take those moments to FaceTime a friend, FaceTime a family member. Technology is amazing. Take those moments to enjoy a nice iced latte that you made at home. You know, props to everybody who is saving money on Starbucks right now, myself included. And I also just want to encourage you to keep going because I know it's really tough. And again, that's why I decided to get back on YouTube after all this time, because I feel like we are all going through it. And I just want to let you know you're not alone and we're going to get through it together. So I will be back again very soon with another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that little button and subscribe. I'm excited to be posting more content. I hope you guys will stick around and join me for some more goodies. And I will talk to you again very soon. Much love. Mwah.